Hello Creative Tartanites, and welcome to my first podcast of 2022. How are you all doing? For those who are subscribed, welcome back. And for those who are new to my channel, my name is Tanya and I am an eclectic creator. I create all sorts from painting portraits to knitting to crochet, and just recently I've picked up spinning. I do hope that you have all had an enjoyable end of 2021, and I've certainly noticed a lot of chatter about New Year resolutions, New Year goals, New Year, New Me, all that malarkey as they say. I for one, I don't really have any New Year resolutions per se. I do like to kind of look at some goals, but to be honest, I kind of review my life throughout the year and kind of decide any changes that I want to make at any time really. Although I can totally understand that, you know, a new year, new beginning, and the kind of motivation that comes from that as well. So do you have any New Year's resolutions? Would you like to share with me? Would you be willing to share with me? I would love to hear what your plans are for 2022, and I hope to share some of mine with you today. Now, first things first, in the last video podcast that I did, I was a little cheeky and I sprung a little surprise giveaway, and I kind of pitched it as a mystery giveaway, and asked for you to share your favourite present in the comments as a way of entering. But unfortunately, it would appear that not very many of you noticed that there was a giveaway going. So there really was only one comment. So the one person who did comment to enter the giveaway, I would just like to send out a huge heartfelt thank you for clearly watching to the end and feeling that my creative projects are worth gambling on, because I didn't say what was in the giveaway. So Gail, as a huge thank you to you, what I would like to do for you is I'm going to specifically photograph this original painting and make it into a little postcard to send to you. So I will put a little comment again on your comment just to alert you to be in touch with me, Tanya@tartantaz.com, and give me your address and I will get that postcard posted out to you ASAP. So again, a huge thank you, Gail, for commenting. I really appreciate it. Now, I did get another comment, and it was my moderator, so she quite respectfully bowed out because she felt it wasn't really appropriate, as she's my moderator, to enter any giveaways. And I get where she's coming from, so thank you, Mona. Thank you for being an awesome moderator and for being so respectful of others. That said, I would like to move on now to the rest of the podcast. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I haven't really done an awful lot of creating, so I don't really have finished projects per se. I do have a little bit of knitting, a little bit of sewing, and I want to share with you my Christmas present that I got for myself. So I've got a few things to show you, but they're not really finished projects. So let's start off with the half-finished project that I have got. And that is this sock. As you can see, I've still got the stitch markers in. They help me to recreate the sock in the same size for the second one. It's a bit like doing the second eye on a portrait. It's, you know, trying to get it right. So this is where I'm at with the second sock. I've just done the heel flap, I'm just about to do the heel turn, and then of course I'll pick up the gusset stitches, and I will continue on with the rest of the foot. This particular sock, I actually got quite far. I think I got up to about here, and I decided to rip it all back and start from the beginning, because there was a few kind of stitches that I don't know how I managed to do it, but I've managed to stretch them and it just looked awful. So I have ripped it back and started again. And I'm glad I did, because I'm so much happier with the quality of this sock. It's going to be a gift, and so, you know, I want it to be a decent quality, to be honest. If it had been me, if it had been for me, I probably would have left it and just worn them anyway, but it is a gift, so I wanted it to be right. So I did that. For the second sock, I wanted to be the same striping, or at least as similar as I can get it. So what I did was I got it to a place where I thought the wool was at the right bit, and knitted so far. So I probably knitted to maybe about here, to then figure out where the pattern was going, and then put it up against this sock, ripped it back to where it's going to start here, and then cut the wool. I still have the tiny little bit of cuff that I didn't unravel because it wasn't the right place in the wool, and I started it again to be able to get the sock matching. So I'm very pleased with how well I've managed to match it, because it wasn't the easiest of things to do, but that's that. And on a sad note, I'm just looking at this, and this is my 2.5mm double pointed needle, and I had a set of 5. Now I have a set of 4, because I didn't realise that one of them had fallen onto a blanket that I used down the stairs in the living room, and when I had leant on it with my hand, I heard this snap, and I've managed to break it in 2. So yeah, I was gutted. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to work out the stitches on 4 needles instead of 5, because it means that it'll be 3 needles that are keeping the stitches, and it's much easier when there's an even number, because when I'm doing decreasing for the toes, which is what I've used the double pointed needles for, it's just easier to keep track of where the decreases come in. So I'll just have to figure out another way. I'm kind of wondering if maybe as the fourth double pointed, maybe I'll just use my second 8-inch circular needle and do it that way. But we'll see. We will see. I could do magic loop if I had the right length of cable and the right needle size, but I'm not sure that I've got that. I will have a look, but I actually don't think I've got that at this moment in time. So that is the sock project that I have on the go at the moment. Sorry, I've probably gone off on a little bit of a tangent there. Oh, what I haven't told you is what the wool is. Now, I think I've mentioned the wool when there were purchases in a previous video. I can't find the ball band, but what I do have is the other colourway. It's the exact same wool, so this is head over heels. It's called All Stars and it's by Stylecraft. It is 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon. It feels really soft and squishy. I really like this, and I'm trying to see what the colourway of this one is. It's Pool. It's Pool. This one I think was Osis, I want to say. I'll put it up on the screen. So that is that. Moving on to my next work in progress. There's not really an awful lot to see, but when I had the chance, I have been making up my paper piece hexagons. Now, I think when I first showed this, I think this little basket was maybe half full. So the little basket is now foot of the gunnels, as we would say here, which it's full. It's very full. It's nearly overflowing, which is what foot of the gunnels means. I've got obviously all the different fabrics, the patterns, the dots, the flowers, etc. And I have also, I think the last time I showed you it, I had this one finished and a couple started. So I've got another one finished of this, and I'm almost finished this one. And as I said in a previous video, I will be doing them the opposite way around as well. So where the polka dots are, I'm going to have the flowers, and where the flowers are, I will have the polka dots. And that will be my flowers. I probably won't be, excuse me, I probably won't be showing you this every week because I'm kind of picking it up and putting it down, not always working on it particularly lengthy period of time. It's just when I'm in the mood or I've got a little bit of spare time that I don't really want to do some knitting. So for example, if my fingers are starting to get a little cramped, I might pick up my sewing. So as I said in a previous video, this is a long-term project. So it's probably every now and then I will show you the progress of this particular project. But because I've been doing this project, I got inspired to, in fact, this is, I've just realised I've actually forgotten a finished project. But what I've just been talking about, the paper piecing, really kind of lends itself to moving on to this particular project. Because the paper piecing really inspired me to to make this next project. It was originally sewn as a gift. So I've actually sewn about 4 of these. Yeah, 4 of these. They're just little gift bags. But the reason why that was a good segue onto this is because I've got little tiny paper piece hexagons to make up the flower that is on the plain calico cotton outer part of the bag. The lining is put in, and there is actually a seam here. So the lining's put in and then folded over and then sewn along with the edge of the calico, and that allows me to do my little drawstring part. Now the tiny little hexagons, they were inspired by another channel that I have been watching. Can't remember the name of her channel, but I will put my teeth back in. I will put a link to her channel in the description so you can go and check it out. So yeah, these were lovely little bags that I made. I can't show you the rest of them because they were gifts and I've already given them to people for their Christmas, and inside them I put the person's other gift. So there was a little handmade bag with a gift inside it. And again, I can't show you what was put inside because the person has got the little gifts. And if I'm totally honest, I completely forgot to film what I had put inside the bags because I was in such a hurry to get them finished and get them to the recipients. So apologies, I've not been able to do that. So that was that. The other thing that I was inspired by, that particular channel whose name I still can't remember, was this paper piece butterfly. I can't remember what she put hers on, but I decided that I might do a little wall hanging. So I got an embroidery hoop. It's not finished yet. I'm still to embroider the little antenna, and I was thinking I might add some flowers on down here, maybe even crochet flowers, and stick them onto the frame. I don't know yet, I haven't decided, but this is just calico cotton, and yeah, that was quite fun to do. Her website actually has the free download of the templates for this, so again I will put a link in the description. She's quite inspiring, to be honest. She does a lot of her sewing, hand sewing, and I have got really into watching her videos, because every now and then I do like to sit down and hand sew. I do have a sewing machine and I do enjoy using my sewing machine. And I never used to like hand sewing because I didn't think I was very good at it. But just recently I've been finding that I have been very much enjoying hand sewing. It's very meditative, really helps me to relax. The only thing that is the downside of it, it's the same with knitting, is if I get too hot, my hands start to get a bit clammy and it gets a little bit difficult to pull the needle through. So I just have to be careful of my temperature, really. You know, make sure that the room is not too warm. Which, in Scotland, I can do that. It's quite easy. So that is my embroidery. And another finished project that I've forgotten to share with you, because I wasn't considering it as a finished project per se, because I am considering having another giveaway, but this time be a bit more forthcoming in advertising it, to allow a lot more people to realise that there's a giveaway and join in. Because let's face it, a giveaway is much more fun when there's lots of people participating. So let me just show you that now. Now I don't know if I am going to keep it in this little basket or not, because I'm not really sure if it goes. Maybe you can leave me a comment below and let me know whether you think it goes or not. But I have crocheted, because I do like to crochet every now and then, I have crocheted a shower scrubby and a face cloth. Oops. So that's a little rectangular face cloth and the shower scrubby. I was trying to do like a kind of a mixed colour. I don't know that I've done it particularly well, although this, I guess, kind of looks a little bit like the middle of a flower. So tell me what you think. Do you think this would be a desirable gift for a giveaway? And does it go in this particular basket? Because I'm not really sure that the pink goes with the orange, but it does have pink butterflies, so it kind of does go, but I don't know. I will be guided by you guys. It would be lovely to hear from you. So let me know if you think that this would be a nice giveaway, and would it be something that you would be wanting to enter to win. And if I get a resounding yes, then I will look into organising another giveaway very shortly. So that's pretty much all the projects that I've in the midst of doing at the moment. I do have some planned projects. So I've just recently purchased a jumper pattern that I have purchased for my son. He knows he's getting it because I asked him if it was something that he liked, because he's quite fussy with what he wears. So I asked him if it was a jumper that he thinks that he would wear, and he said yes, and he would love to have a jumper knitted like that. So I have that. I will pop that on the screen. And we're just in the process of trying to find an Aran wool that he likes that would be nicely knitted up. He's looking for something maybe a bit speckled. I don't think he's particularly keen on self-striping, but looking more for a kind of speckled, I think, effect. But you never know. I've kind of encouraged him to kind of look at lots of different wool and tell me what he likes, rather than me kind of sort of picking it out for him. I've sent him lots of different links and things to get some feedback as to what he actually likes, and we'll take it from there. Now, I've got a couple of purchases I would like to share with you. The one thing that I am most excited about is my Christmas present to me. So although it's a Christmas present, I bought it for myself, so I'm classing it as a purchase, and that is my spinning wheel. And I'm going to pop in here a little bit of footage, which feel free to laugh, because I'm laughing at myself. I had taken the advice of somebody that I was watching on video, can't remember her name, but again I'll leave links in the description, to practice working the actual spinning wheel. So practicing to start it, to stop it, and using just ordinary wool to practice it going onto the bobbin and pulling it off of the bobbin and keep doing that. And I seem to be getting on quite well with that. And so I grabbed some of my rollags that I have been making from the fibre that I showed you in a previous video, yeah, so I've got all these rollags, and I couldn't get it to go. I think I was just so nervous that I was holding on to it so tightly that it just wouldn't go in. So eventually I kind of chilled myself out and relaxed, and I did actually manage to get some yarn spun. I didn't get a lot, and that is this here. Now, as you can see, it's a really very small, tiny amount. I could have kept going on the bobbin, but I was just so excited that I wanted to take it off the bobbin and see what it looked like, to see how consistent it was, to see how inconsistent it was, probably more to the point, and kind of take it from there. Now, I've kind of surprised myself because initially I thought it was awful, because you can see here it's not really spun particularly well at this part, and then it is really thin here, so very thick here, very thin here, but actually in this little bit here it's actually reasonably consistent. I mean, it's not perfect, but and there is a tiny little bit that's thin, but it's much more consistent than I first thought. So yay me, I am absolutely delighted. as I said, it's not perfect, and I didn't expect it to be perfect, it being my completely first time. As you'll have seen, I really couldn't get the yarn to pull in at all in the beginning, to the point where I just was like, right, that's it, I'm switching the camera off. And it was once the camera was off that I started to get it correctly. Not perfect, but correctly. So yeah, I'm quite keen to keep going, and I'm kind of excited about the idea of spinning my own yarn and making something like, I don't know, a hat or something, but I'm not going to do it with my first yarn. I'm going to keep that for posterity, and to show what I was right at the very beginning, yeah, so this is getting saved. I'm quite excited, really. I'm not 100% sure how to take it off here without it unwinding, because the end is only not unwinding because I've got it knotted to hold this together. So yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. So yeah, that's that. What else have I got to share with you today? I have got all my little tiny mini skeins from my advent here. I mean, look at all these, whoops, I've just dropped one, look at all these gorgeous colours. Now, as many of you know, my birthday is in December, and the one that was on my birthday was this one here, which is the Purple Poinsettia. And isn't that gorgeous? So I'm quite looking forward to knitting with these. I have a pattern for socks, for Advent socks. Is it Potter and Bloom, maybe? I think it might be Potter and Bloom. I bought it from Ravelry. It was only £2, so wasn't a lot of money at all, and it's specifically designed to use up these Advent kind of skeins. So these are 5 grams each. Yeah, 5 grams each. So they're really tiny skeins. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see the socks that get made from these. So quite excited. I wonder how long they'll sit in my stash before they get made. And finally, last but hopefully not least, is again another purchase. Now, I bought ChowGoo Interchangeable Needles. Over the last couple of months, I've actually bought a small set here and there. So I think I've bought 3 sets now. I've got 2 sets with me, and I've got the 3rd on its way. So this set and this set are the two that I've got at the moment. So this set is it goes from US size 2, which is 2.75 millimeters, and it goes up to 5 millimeters. So this is the ChowGoo twist. So I've got all the different sizes of cables. So although I've got these, I'm using 2.5s, so I can't do the magic loop because it only goes down as far as 2.75. So that's why I can't do the magic loop on the socks I was talking about earlier on. So yeah, I'm quite excited to use these particular needles. And I've got these ones which come in this little red pouch, and these are the Chow Goose Shorties. So these are specifically I bought for my socks. So these have the slightly smaller and the slightly longer, with all the different sizes of the really small cables, and that is to allow you to have as much of a choice. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. It gives you as much of a choice as you can have with all the different cables, so you can do different diameters of in the round. So as I said, it comes with the little mini cables. So there's a 5-inch one, a 6-inch one, and an 8-inch one. So yeah, I'm hoping that that will help me to broaden my horizons sock-wise. So I'm quite excited about that. And I was watching Ruth Loves to Knit, and she spoke about a sock pattern that is actually free, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's lovely. So my plan is to knit those socks. So yeah, there's lots of plans for 2022. I just haven't started them yet. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. In terms of my website and my shop, I still haven't done really much to my shop. That's the plan for this month. So January is to look at the stock and see what I can add to the shop, and potentially do a mini launch of some new products. Excuse me. What I'm hoping to do is some bags and things, some project bags. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that done. It's kind of difficult because, well, when I'm knitting and sewing up lots of things, I'm not really sure when I'm going to get the time to do the adding of the stock, but I guess I'm just a little lost as to what direction to take the shop in. That's probably my biggest sticking point is, what do I want to actually sell in the shop? Making things to sell does take time. So maybe what I really need to do is offer a variety of things that don't take quite so long, and have the things that take a little bit longer as every now and then added to the shop. So yeah, that's my plan for this month, is to really knuckle down and evaluate what's in the shop and decide what I want to add to the shop. So now I'd just like to thank you very much for watching. I really am grateful that you're here today. If you like this video, please click like. If you'd like to see more videos, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to click that bell, that way you get notifications of future videos. So take care everybody, don't forget, look after your mental well-being, because nobody else can. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.